about an inning and a half through, the rain really started to become unbearable. So hopefully, and it seems like, we'll be able to get a full game in here today.
Next pitch ripped into center field for a base hit. Giuliano's going to start it off, a single into center, and that's going to bring up the dangerous left-hander in Ben Slanker. So our second time doing the Canfield Cardinals. The first time was at Bobstein Park, and we got about, 2 innings against Talon before it got scratched?
If even.
And the last time I was here at Austintown, they were scheduled to play Boardman, and it got rained out before the game even started. So hopefully today we have clear skies, and we could get this one in with a full 7 innings. Coral looking to bounce back after a leadoff base hit. Slanker steps in, the Ohio University commit. He wanted time. He didn't get it. Pitch was outside and low.
What a game we have here today, too, Richie. Probably two of the best teams that we have arguably here in the Valley. Both two of the best records as well here in the Valley. Fitch, I believe, 14-4. Canfield, 15-3 coming into today. Definitely two heavyweights bearing off here today.
Coral, one of the aces on the squad for Fitch. His next pitch outside again, and the count is now 2-0. So the starting 9 today for the Cardinals. Giuliano leads us off. Slanker bats second. A.J. Havrilla on deck. He's the 3-hole hitter. Landon Beitelschieß will be doing the cleanup duties today, and he's at first base. Nate Shaw bats fifth. He's the pitcher. Batting sixth is Michael Patelis. He's behind the plate. Next pitch is in there for a strike. Count 2-1. Ryan Petro, the shortstop. He is the 7-hitter. Jamison Beck in right field batting eighth. And then Ethan Prout. He will round out the order, and he will bat ninth and play in second base. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ben Slanker. Runner at first to begin the ball game, and Coral's going to step off. No doubt the best weather we've had here in northeastern Ohio during this baseball season as we prepare for the OHSAA tournament coming up here in 2 weeks. Slanker back in. He waves that bat like Gary Sheffield. Next pitch off speed, and it's down low and inside. 3-1 count to the dangerous left-handed hitter.
Yeah, this is kind of that time of the year where you have that odd stretch the last 2 weeks of the season because your playoff fate's already decided. Now at this point in the year, it's really just getting reps and getting ready for that playoff time.
Cardinals, the number 1 seed, and their respective bracket will face off against the Poland Bulldogs if they can escape that first round. So a little rivalry matchup there if they could get past the first round.
Poland, Cheney in the first round. I believe they fare off in the first round in baseball and softball this year. So
yeah, you're right.
How about that?
3-1 count. Still a runner at first to begin the ball game. Next pitch, down low. First 2 guys aboard for the Cardinals here in inning number 1. Definitely not a lineup you want to put the first 2 on, as another big power bat and A.J. Havrilla will come to the plate. The Ohio State Buckeye will step in.
Yeah, you're talking about Slanker coming up to the plate, how he's dangerous at the plate. Really, from 1 to 9, this order is very dangerous for Canfield. Yeah, but then when we see Fitch come up to the plate, it's basically the same thing.
You're right.
So good luck to both of our pitchers here today.
Could be a slugfest, and the opposition for Coral is Nate Shaw today, who's committed to play baseball at Wright State. First pitch to Havrilla in there for strike 1. Jake Coral just recently committed to John Carroll University to pursue his academic and baseball career. So congratulations to Coral on his commitment to play with the Blue Streaks in the next spring season. Next pitch, curveball down low. 1-1 count to Havrilla.
This Canfield lineup right now really taking a lot of pitches, waiting for some that they like early on. They're really making Coral put the ball across the plate.
A.J. stares down at third. He's got the sign from his dad, Rick Havrilla, the third base coach. 1-1 count, a look at second. Next pitch is swung on. This ball's ripped deep into center field. Back goes the center fielder. Brandon Popio is going to make the catch in deep center. Tagging up for third is Josh Giuliano. He gets in safely, and Havrilla with a deep fly out into straightaway center field.
Number 15, Landon Beitelschieß.
So Popio goes back to make the catch for out number 1. And now the Cardinals threatening here early with runners at the corners and 1 down.
And another Ohio State commit, Landon Beitelschieß stepping up to the plate. I mean, not too many times here in the area, I feel like, have we seen a lineup with this much star power,
You're right.
this many Division I guys going to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the lineup outside of Giuliano from 2 to 5, all Division I recruits. First pitch to Beidel, she's outside. A two-way player. He could swing it as well. Has 2 bombs this season, one of them featured in Myrtle Beach. He's also thrown a pair of no-hitters.
Nate Shaw also a no-hitter last week.
Yep. He's coming off of his no-no performance in 5 innings against Harding. 1-0 the count. A look at first. The pitch. Ground ball left side. This could be 2. Shortino delivers the second. There's 1. Relay to first. Not in time. And the Cardinals on the board first. It's a fielder's choice RBI for Landon Beidelshees.
Good job there by Beidelshees. Getting the ball on the ground, sprinting down the line, avoiding the double play, getting the Cardinals on the board.
Was a good relay from Shortino to the second baseman Fuller. Just that 2-hopper. Not hit hard enough to turn the double play. So now there's a runner at first. 2 down here in inning number 1, and stepping in is the opposition of Coral and Nate Shaw. First pitch to Shaw, off speed, on the inside corner for strike number 1.
You really got to give credit to these Fitch guys because it's not easy transitioning from turf to dirt infields, pretty much back and forth because the balls take way different hops. I mean, I like turf more personally, but I mean, just having to take that transition back and forth, it has to be tough, but it'll be real interesting because we saw over the last about 10 years, I'd say, across the valley, the addition of turf football fields really skyrocketed up. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, it's a lot of money to get turf baseball and softball fields, but we'll see if more schools around the valley will start to adopt that.
2-strike pitch, rope foul off to the right side. Count stays at 0-2. And, you know, look at what some of the schools like Edison have done. I mean, they built an entire complex there with their nice turf baseball field. Louisville, another team that transitioned over to turf. So a lot of teams are adopting that because it's a multi-purpose facility. As we look over to our left, you have a full soccer field that's turf that they also have turned into a softball field as well. So multi-purpose facilities here at Austintown Fitch. 0-2 pitch, lofted into right field. This one's in foul territory, and the right fielder is going to watch this one fly out of play. That was Kaschak on the run.
Yeah, as you were saying, Richie, and it really helps out a lot with the maintenance staffs at all these schools around because obviously coronavirus is still pretty key here, and everyone's still trying to get back up on their feet with jobs and per se. So it really helps out these maintenance staffs who some of these schools may have some low staffing nights that they don't have to go out, get the baseball field ready, get the softball field ready because I'll tell you what, the turf's going to be the same in the winter as it is in the summer.
You're right.
It's
no tarp
needed.
needed. Don't need to pull the tarp. Don't need to rake anything. Everything is turf, even the pitcher's mound. 2-strike pitch, jammed him, loops it over the head of Coral, charging the second baseman Fuller. Quick transfer over to first, in time to beat Shaw. Nice play at second base by Carson Fuller, and that will retire the side. Canfield 1-0 lead on an RBI fielder's choice by Landon Beidelshees. When we come back, Nate Shaw will take the hill.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These 3 values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com. Good luck, athletes.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Every
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Drew Kaschak will lead us off for Austintown Fitch here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Canfield leads 1-0 after a leadoff single. They moved him around with a walk, a fly out to move him to third, and then a fielder's choice to knock him in. Some situational baseball from the Cardinals to start. Kaschak will take a first pitch strike from Nate Shaw, the right-hander, coming off of the no-hit performance against Warren Harding last week, where he tossed 5 complete innings, no hits given up. No balls and a strike. Shaw deals. Fastball outside for ball 1. 1-1 count. Nate Shaw, a guy back into the starting rotation this year. Did not pitch too many innings a year ago. We had him on with DJ Oakley for a player profile. Talked about the mental state of baseball and how big it was for him confidence-wise this year to come back and to start because of the absence he had last season. Next pitch in there for strike 2, 1-2 the count. And he really talked about how he just lacked confidence coming out of the bullpen. A guy that is so talented, has a big arm, as you'll see tonight, a Wright State commit, one of the powerhouses in mid-major baseball, as the 1-2 pitch is outside for ball 2.
We know that all too well.
We do. Penguins have struggled against the Raiders this season. Wright State historically has been one of the best teams in the mid-major level. 2-2 pitch. Off speed, chopped off the foot of Kaschak in the box. That's a dead ball.
I mean, they're one of the best across multiple sports in the mid-major ranks. They're women's basketball team, not this year, but the year before, of course, winning a game in the NCAA tournament. Their men's basketball team in the NCAA tournament this year.
They won
Baseball,
a game?
They won
technically won a game.
Technically. Baseball team, of course, last year was 1 out away from defeating Tennessee at their place, but we know how that ended.
Talk about a deflating loss. Grand
Nate,
slam.
I'm sure he's happy he was not there for that.
No. He was at Eastwood Field yesterday. 2-2 pitch. Fastball chopped right side. 2-hopper for the first baseman. Beitelschieß will field it. He will stick it to first for out number 1. And he saw his Raiders sweep the Penguins yesterday in a tough doubleheader for YSU. Carter Owens will bat second. Third baseman will step in. Austintown Fitch with the nice baby blue uniforms on today, with the darker blue stripe across and the Falcons across the chest.
Seen a lot of schools adopting the baby blue lately. Hubbard got it last year. Niles used to have it. Fitch has it this year.
First pitch, outside corner for strike 1. I will say, though, the nicest uniforms I have seen at the high school level, I was here when Warren Harding played Austintown Fitch. They had like the Vanderbilt jerseys. Those were pretty slick.
Those are very nice.
0-1 pitch, tap foul behind the plate. 0-2 the count to Carter Owens. Mike Shortino on deck, Brandon Popio on the hole.
I mean, you know the saying, you look good, you feel good, you play good. A lot of schools have been looking pretty good around here in the area as of late.
0-2 pitch, a heater, foul tip off the catcher's mitt. Count stays at 0-2.
I feel like at this point it almost has to be a little bit of a relief if you're Canfield to get towards the playoffs. Now you have your seeding ready because there's so much talk about them after last season, the year that they had, and they had so much build-up coming into this season. Now it's go time, and the Cardinals' schedule I know is pretty tough to end the year. I mean, a very tough game here today. You play Chardon, Fitch again tomorrow. I mean, both these teams are going to be ready for playoff time, that's for sure.
You're right. It's a great primetime matchup here this week in AAC play. Shortino will step in, bases empty with 2 down here in the first inning.
I remember it was a big early season matchup between these two teams last year as well, early on in the year. It's PBR-sponsored game. So, I mean, these two teams, they know the competition on each side.
They do. And the Falcons, when you look at it, they got a great pitching rotation as well. You really need two guys in high school baseball to get through that district. Of course, the regional, you got to win 2 games, and then the state, you got to win 2 as well. So if you could get a great 1-2 punch in your starting rotation, and both of these teams have that, of course, with Roth and his success this season on the mound, and Jake Corral, who's the ace for the Falcons as well. 2 great starters that you could throw out there, and you're expecting to win those games. Hard ground ball up the middle, off the glove of the diving Petro. That will scamper into center field for a 2-out base hit for Mikey Shortino. Nice piece of hitting there by Shortino. 2-0 fastball, and he had that up the middle approach, knocked it past the glove of Petro, and that's going to bring up Brandon Popio.
Of course, the infamous call of Popio's home run last week by DJ Yoakley.
Popio goes yah-yah. We'll see if we get another yah-yah call.
We might. We may have just called our shot right here.
We may have.
Brandon's shot.
The balls are going to be flying today.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful day. Wind is calmed down. First pitch, changeup up high. Lost the grip on the off speed. Count 1-0.
Very busy day, too, here at Austintown Fitch High School. We have track meet behind us, baseball going on, softball.
Got everything.
Perfect day for it.
1-0 the count. Popio's going to step back in. He made the catch on the warning track in the first inning to rob A.J. Havrilla of extra bases. 1-0 pitch up high, count 2-0. Nate Shaw most dangerous when he throws that first pitch fastball for a strike. Because he's got a plethora of pitches he could drop in, but when he gets behind, Popio looking for a fastball he could drill like Shortino did. He does see an off speed, so he fools him on the 2-0 pitch. And the count is now 2 balls and a strike. Definitely taken all the way on the 2-0 curve.
Shaw real confident in that curveball, though. I mean, he put it right there on the inside corner.
He's been dropping it in for strikes. 2-1 pitch. There's another curve and another strike. 2-2. Evened up count to Popio. The cleanup hitter and center fielder. He'll step into the back of the box. Shortino might take off on the pitch, and Nate Shaw wants to check up on him. Shaw's got the sign. He's ready. Shortino takes off. 2-2 pitches. Popped up into shallow center. This could be trouble. Here comes everybody. The center fielder comes in. That ball's going to drop. Ben Slanker, Ethan Prout, both of them into shallow center. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. No communication between the second baseman and center fielder.
Just like that, runners on the corners now with 2 gone.
So a play that could have been made in shallow center, but with the runner on the move, you had a couple people who were covering the bag, and then they blooped it into shallow center. The legend and Kenny Missick making his way up to the booth. Austintown Fitch grad back in 2018. And a relief pitcher for Youngstown State. First and third for Austintown Fitch, and here comes Joe Roth up to the plate. First pitch. Inside corner for strike 1. First and third for the Falcons after the base hit. Some miscommunication in the outfield for Canfield. Runners at the corners with 2 down, and Roth has a chance to tie this baby up. He'll call time.
Joe Roth, a Division I commit himself. A lot of D1 talent on the field here today.
Now, one of 7 Division I commits, along with Jake Coro, who's going to play John Carroll. Next pitch, fouled away. 0-2 count to Joe Roth, and we'll see if Shaw's going to drop in that curveball. He's been effective with it so far here in the first. Shaw's ready. Here comes a 2-strike pitch. Down low with a heat. Count as a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 to Roth. He'll climb back in. First lefty in the lineup for Austintown today. And Shaw's going to step off as well. So the Cardinals struck for one in the first inning on a fielder's choice. Austintown Fitch looks to strike right back and make the Cardinals pay for that error in shallow center. Runner takes off to second. Pitch is down low in the turf. Good block by the catcher, Patelis.
Good take there by Roth. Saw that one was in the turf. Now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 gone.
So the count evened up. Roth, like you mentioned, a great layoff there on a change in the turf. Patelis, the younger catcher on this squad, just a sophomore. Got some playing time last year as a freshman. 2-2 count. Here it comes. Inside corner for strike 3. Roth was backed off the plate. And Nate Shaw gets the beneficiary call there to end this first inning. We go to the second. Still 1-0.
You can see these players, get to know these names, get to know these coaches at a more personal level than truly you ever did before. And I think YSN has been a big influential factor in bringing us that level of personal connection that we haven't seen any other company truly be able to do. If my legacy goes down as being the voice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, I can hang my hat on that and be proud of it at the end of the day. My name is Ty Bartel, and my sports network is your sports network.
I enjoy the fact that I come to work every day. I'm proud of what I do, and I go home to my family, and I set a good example for my children. And to see that I'm able to help someone in the situation that I might have been in, it makes me feel really good about it. Take your time, make sure you're comfortable, so that way when you leave here saying, I'm not only happy about the car, I'm satisfied with my experience. I'm completely satisfied. I'm Greg Fonda, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
How lucky are we to have not one, but 2 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses, continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring PGA professionals, golf instruction, a players rewards club, kids programs, and a pro shop and grill room for a memorable golf experience. Call or click to schedule your tee time at Mill Creek Golf Course.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
New pitcher for Austintown Fitch here in the top half of the second inning. Mason Petridis, the freshman, will come out and replace Jake Coral. So Coral just 1 inning. He's trying to work out the kinks with his arm, but obviously didn't feel 100%. Still had a quality first inning after just 1 mistake that he made. First pitch is fouled straight back to the screen. This is the freshman in Patelis.
You got to say, though, with Coral, he did a good job forcing some ground ball outs for Canfield. In that first inning, we didn't know he was favoring the arm. I mean, he pitched very well.
Next pitch, Patelis will take inside corner for strike 2. 0-2 quickly, and a big situation for a true freshman in Petridis. So this is most likely going to be the best lineup that he'll face all season long. 2-strike pitch up high.
Talk about Big appearance for a freshman. Varsity level.
Yeah.
Facing a lineup like this.
And this could either be a bullpen game or he's going to have to bring some length to this pitching staff here today. You turn it around quickly tomorrow with a doubleheader. 1-2 pitch. Foul tipped. That's going to go off the umpire's face mask. And now Joe Roth's going to do the right thing, and he's going to give the umpire some time to recollect himself after taking a foul tip straight off of the face mask.
Did a little bit of umpiring a couple summers ago for Little League. Never home plate, though. Never had the opportunity to
you never got the call up.
Take one off the mask. I was always the field umpire. Only lasted a few weeks. Got called in for the playoffs, and thank goodness. I don't know how these guys do it. I could never.
Next pitch, a ground ball right to the shortstop, Shortino. Quick fire, and he will throw over to first, and that's in time to beat Michael Patelis for out number 1.
I feel like that's such a big discussion nowadays with the umpiring shortage.
Yes.
All over.
Well, that was the discussion the one day on the YSN Power Hour about the umpiring situation and, why there isn't as many umpires as there was maybe 5 or 10 years ago. Ryan Petro will step in. Little Bo Jackson. No batting gloves for the shortstop. First pitch backs him off the plate for ball 1.
We know Petro, too, has been getting some Division I looks himself.
He has been. Had a call with Ohio State. Obviously, some other schools around the area interested in Ryan Petro, uncommitted, as he will take the next pitch up high. He is right now committed to going to Ohio State just for academics. So we'll see how that kind of turns out here in the next couple weeks. He could always walk on at Ohio State. We saw their bullpen, a month ago? They got some good arms, but they do have some holes.
That was a very young roster as well.
It was.
I mean, 2 of the arms we saw were 2 of the local guys, Jake Gehring and Gavin Bruni, both freshmen for the Buckeyes.
4-pitch walk to Petro, and that puts a man aboard with 1 down. Yeah, and Bruni had a career high against Youngstown State in innings and strikeouts. We've seen that guy when we were in high school.
Yeah, we both did. Good as advertised.
Jamison Beck will step in. The lengthy right fielder. Look over at first. First pitch to Beck, fouled away, and the count is 0-1.
I mean, when you talk about Bruni, you're talking about a guy that was talking about possibly getting drafted out of high school last year.
Yeah, until he got hurt.
Last regular season game.
Yeah, how unfortunate was that, too? Broke his hand, right?
Yeah, broke his hand batting. But, I mean, he's rebounded quite well. Obviously, the rehab went well because he was dealing against the Penguins
a
few weeks ago.
0-1 the count to Jamison Beck. Beck bats 8th. Ethan Proud on deck, the 9-hitter. Look over at first. Next pitch fouled off the end of the bat. Beck was way ahead of the off speed by Petritas.
Nice job, though, getting end of the barrel on the ball, fouling it away, staying alive here in the count.
Beck will climb back in. Brother of Braden Beck, who played baseball at Canfield, was a part of that team with Don Palali. Next pitch, swing and a miss. He went upstairs with the heat, and Beck couldn't catch up. Strikeout for Petritas, and there's now 2 down here in the second.
That was a big strikeout there.
It was.
Beck was battling, but chased the high fastball. Not able to get to it. Now 2 down here.
And this will help Petritas with a confidence boost facing the bottom half of the order here in the second. Be a tougher situation if he had to face the top half, which is pretty loaded.
Safe to say.
Throw over to first, back with the dive as the runner. So you alluded to the track meet earlier, and I'm still not used to the gun firing off every 10 seconds. Keeps throwing me off guard.
Yeah, good thing we got here early, too. I mean, parking lot filled up very quick. Of course, this is only my second time here at the baseball facility on the turf field. Played here once in summer ball a few years ago. It's my second time here now. Got lost the first time I came here, so I was a little bit nervous on my way here that I was going to get lost again in the lot. But found our way here. Richie gave me the right directions, told me to put the right thing in.
I tried. Right behind the middle school.
Yeah.
You know it's a big school when you got two different buildings.
That is true. You think it's big when you see the school, and then you come around the corner and you see this.
Yeah. 4 different schools.
Jeez.
Mr. Roth in the press box with us, feeding us all the information, so we appreciate that on his end.
Of course.
0-1 the count, the pitch. Fastball up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Prout, the second baseman, a guy who really turned things up down in Myrtle Beach this year, hitting over 400 during that weekend stretch, and when the Cardinals lost just 1 game over the 6 days. Next pitch down low.
And how lucky were we at YSN to be able to have those games on air down in Myrtle Beach?
Shout out to Dom Files, who's a part of the staff for Canfield. Just a student as well.
Seasoned vet on the mic, though.
High school senior, and he killed it down there in South Carolina. 2-1 is sawed off to the right side, count even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was his first ever broadcast as well. I showed him how to set it up. I said, here you go. Here's all the equipment. He came over. We set everything up. And I was like, all right, pray this goes well. And it did. He did a great job.
I think that's going to be really big. I mean, we're already starting to see it as of late here with YSN, because I had talked about it with, you were on with me. We were on Running Point last week, I believe it was, and we were talking about, I mean, before YSN, not many of the baseball and softball programs around the Valley had any exposure whatsoever.
Yeah.
But now with YSN coming along, and of course YSN's continuing to grow, getting more and more announcers, we try. I mean, more and more schools are being able to get so many of their games on air, because it used to be hard at first because there weren't too many of us, and obviously there's 52, 53 schools. But the more announcers we get, we really encourage the students to give it a try and let the kids of these schools be honored on the network.
Yeah. I mean, same thing for, Kenny. He came up here, part of the YSU baseball team. We're lucky to have them on YSN as well. Next pitch up high. That's a team that, wasn't shown on ESPN Plus and didn't have any radio, so DJ stepped in. Same with Steve Leslie, who's a big part of Youngstown State. And, they kind of put things together, and we're fortunate enough to be able to call those games. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fastball, strike 3 called. Roth will pick it up. He lofts it over to first, and the inning is over. Well, Petridis did not look like a freshman there in that inning. A nice inning for Petridis out of the bullpen here in the second. When we come back, Austintown is swinging it.
At Hubbard Chevrolet, Hubbard can help you get the financing you need, regardless of your situation. I'm Tony Page, and I've helped thousands of customers in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania buy a vehicle. Visit HubbardChevy.com to get pre-approved. Remember, folks, Hubbard can help.
We are Kent State in the Valley. Start and finish one of more than 25 bachelor's or associate degree programs, or start one of Kent State's 280 majors. With low tuition, public, and plenty of scholarship opportunities, we will help you maximize your education and minimize student debt. Enjoy the benefits of a smaller campus with all the opportunities of a large university. Save money, stay close to home. Apply today by visiting kent.edu/Trumbull.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we offer a worry-free experience from sales to financing and even service.
We guarantee financing,
regardless of your situation or credit history. No worries. That's what going the extra mile means. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Carson Fuller leads us off here in inning number 2. Fuller, the second baseman, who will stand in, the 6th batter. First pitch to Fuller, chop right side, 2-hopper again, right to Beitelschie's, underhand flip to first, and Nate Shaw there covering for round number 1. Very efficient start for Shaw, 1 pitch and 1 out to begin the bottom half of the second inning.
Yeah, Shaw looks real comfortable out there on the mound to start this game. He was really letting letting it go there in the warm-up pitches. I was watching him. He was firing it in there.
So now Mason Petridis is going to hit. Jake Coral was in this slot to begin the ball game in the starting lineup. But, of course, when he comes out, his position is also open as well. So Petridis going to hit for himself as the pitcher here in the second. First pitch to him, fastball up and away in the count 1-0. Nate Shaw is bringing it. That fastball's got some zip on it today.
I'm sure all the pitchers around the Valley and the games that are being played today, they're thankful for this weather as well, because it does get hard to throw when the weather conditions are as bad as we've had to start the season.
Yeah.
Not only to start the season, it's practically been the season. Playoff matchups are already given out. This is kind of just extra ball right here.
This does feel like some playoff baseball, though. The weather, the environment. This is a great crowd between two crosstown rivals, you could say. Canfield brought a pretty solid crowd over on the first base side, and Austintown Fitch is packed as well to our left down the third base line.
I'm sure you could say both these teams are pretty relieved they don't have to fare off in the playoffs.
Check swing, appeal to first, and it's denied. Count is 2-1. Yeah, you're right. That would be a great environment, though, at Bob Seen Park. And those days are coming up for both districts
Very
in
soon.
Austintown and Canfield. 2-1. Fastball blows it by him. Count even up at 2-2.
So once those playoffs start, man, it really flies.
It does. Two balls, two strikes. Shaw has the sign. He comes set, and the two-strike pitch. Fastball elevates it, and it's swung on and missed by Petridis. Another strikeout for Nate Shaw.
It's always fun once the playoffs come around for really any sport in the Valley, but you look at the playoffs last year, I don't think many people expected Salem to go to the regional final like they did a year ago. I don't know if many people expected Warren JFK. I don't know if anyone had them written in to win the state championship in D4.
You're 100% right.
All you need is your team to get hot.
Gotta
Single
get hot.
elimination. Anyone can win any game, especially here with baseball.
Got to get hot, and you got to have a good pitching staff. And if Petridis can throw well out of the pen as well, this is going to be a nice run for the Falcons.
Of course, we know with Fitch softball, the season they've had.
They've been unstoppable across the way over there.
They have some good pitching of their own over there. Just behind us.
1-1 pitch. Fastball. Misses up high in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Shaw also talked about with DJ Oakley about changing his mechanics in the offseason. Reached out to Wright State. Coach Metzger, who's the recruiting coordinator and helps out with the staff for Wright State. He changed some things up for Shaw, and he looks pretty solid today. 2-2 the count. Now to the right-handed hitter and Brandon Stevenson.
Yeah, a lot of swings and misses here for Shaw on the mound. He's really dealing Fitch. Still trying to find the rhythm here at the plate.
Shaw's got 3 strikeouts, looking for 4. 2-2 pitch outside. String is out on Stevenson. Nobody on base and 2 down here in the second. 1-0 Cardinals with the advantage. These two teams will play again tomorrow. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Nate Shaw retires the side in order. He strikes out 2 of the 3 batters, and that will send us to the third inning. 1-0 Cardinals on top.
You can see these players, get to know these names, get to know these coaches at a more personal level than truly you ever did before. And I think YSN has been a big influential factor in bringing us that level of personal connection that we haven't seen any other company truly be able to do. If my legacy goes down as being the voice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, I can hang my hat on that and be proud of it at the end of the day. My name is Ty Bartel, and my sports network is your sports network.
Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
I enjoy the fact that I come to work every day. I'm proud of what I do, and I go home to my family, and I set a good example for my children. And to see that I'm able to help someone in the situation that I might have been in, it makes me feel really good about it. Take your time, make sure you're comfortable, so that way when you leave here saying, I'm not only happy about the car, I'm satisfied with my experience. I'm completely satisfied. I'm Greg Fonda, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Second inning of work for the freshman and Mason Petridis. Struck out 2 out of his 3 guys in inning number 2. Outside of the lonely walk to Ryan Petro, it did no damage in that second inning. First pitch to the leadoff hitter. Runs up and in, and the count is 1-0. Giuliano led off the ball game with a base hit up the middle to start. Faced off against his former travel ball teammate, Jake Corral. Some guys that played on this team. Next pitch down low, and the count 2-0. Also, Ethan Prout was on that squad as well in the offseason.
Josh, another one of those guys going to Ohio State, not for baseball, but for school.
Yeah.
Him and Petro.
2-0 pitch, right down Broadway for strike 1. So 2 balls and a strike to the future Buckeye. Petridis is ready into the motion, and the 2-1 offering is popped up in the infield right side. The first baseman, Stevenson, will take it, and he jammed Giuliano for round number 1.
It's been a good outing so far for Petridis.
It has
been. Saw him go through the bottom of the order. Now I guess we'll really see. This top part of the order is so dangerous. So many big names at the top of this Canfield order. If Petridis can sit these guys down through the order, talk about a confidence boost.
You're right. He was able to retire the 6 through 9 in the second. Now he's got the 1 through 3. Slinker steps in, first pitch to him. As a fastball that runs down and in. Ben Slinker, the first time up, he pretty much pitched around him with a walk. The lefty waves the bat around. Has that high leg kick on the swing, and the 1-0 pitch popped up, foul territory, third base side. The third baseman, Carter Owens, right in front of the fence, and Owens is going to make the catch for round number 2.
Tough angle for us over here. It's just over the top of the dugout. But just got to listen to the crowd reaction, what side it's coming from, and you'll know what type of play was made.
That play comes with experience there. When you see the third baseman applauding, you know it's caught. 2 down, nobody on base. And that's going to bring up A.J. Havrilla. Deep fly out into center field his last time up. First pitch, he'll take right down Broadway for strike 1. So Petridis piping it in there. The right-handed reliever, whose feet are pretty much touching on that first base side of the rubber. Havrilla just has that threatening stance. Wide in the right-handed box. He's got the body type of Vlad Guerrero Jr. 0-1. Bounced it about a foot in front. Count is 1-1.
I mean, we saw the potential with the bat. I think if he doesn't hit that to dead center, that ball might have a chance to go off the fence.
No doubt. This is a bigger ballpark here at Austintown. A lot bigger than most high school baseball fields, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure. I was thinking, I mean, this place would be a great place to even hold tournaments, possibly in the future.
Yes.
District tournaments.
1-1 up high. Count 2 balls and a strike.
I mean, you have sets of bleachers. You have the seats. I mean, you have a lot of space down the lines. Of course, we see Austintown is the host of some games, 4-scene teams.
Mm-hmm. Check swing. Fouls it off right side. And the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. You're right. When, scene's not playable, you either play here or you play at Springfield. Yeah. Then Eastern Gateway, this was their home field. And their short tenure, unfortunately, as a baseball program, they had to cut it after COVID, yeah. Now the 2-strike pitch, just off the plate on the outside corner. Full count to Havrilla. Petritas looking for strikeout number 3 in just 2 innings. He's got the sign, and here comes the payoff pitch. Off speed, rolled him over right side, and then he will make the catch, flip it over, and retires the side in order. Havrilla goes down with a ground out to the pitcher. So Petritas, nice little athletic play off the mound, and he could have saved a base hit on a slow roller to the right side. 1-2-3 inning for the Cards. That will take us to the bottom half of inning number 3.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood.
It's a great backhanded stop by Patelis. Shortino takes an honest lead. Shaw gives a look. The 1-0 pitch. Inside. Nope, in there. Late call by the ump. Count will move even now to 1-1. Fitch with some heads-up base running has tied the game up here in the bottom of the 3rd. That one hit into center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Throw comes home. Great throw in. Will keep the runner at 3rd base. But Fitch now with runners on the corners with 2 outs. Great job by Slanker there. Playing it off the hop. Throwing a missile in from center field. But inning will stay alive. If you're Fitch, this is really who you want up at the plate right now. Joe Roth, this top part of the order, just like Canfield, is so dangerous for the Falcons. Roth, of course, struck out looking. His first time up. Looking to redeem himself at the plate. He steps in the left-handed batter's box. Shortino on 3rd, Popio on 1st. First pitch from Shaw. In there for strike number 1. Of course, we were talking about earlier, Joe Roth, Division I commit. One of 7 college commits here in this game today. Battle to the best here in the Valley. High off speed there from Shaw. In their first strike, count quickly moves to 0-2. Now I got to tighten up the swing if you're Roth. Defensive approach here at the plate. The 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Shaw threw it by him with the high fastball. We'll head to the end of the 3rd inning. Fitch gets on the board. We're all tied up at 1. We'll be right back.
You can see these players, get to know these names, get to know these coaches at a more personal level than truly you ever did before. And I think YSN has been a big influential factor in bringing us that level of personal connection that we haven't seen any other company truly be able to do. If my legacy goes down as being the voice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, I can hang my hat on that and be proud of it at the end of the day. My name is Ty Bartzell, and my sports network is your sports network.
Brand new ball game here in the fourth inning. 1-1 the score between Canfield and Fitch as Landon Beitelshees will step in. The left-hander receives the first pitch, and he swings and lines it into left center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Center fielder in Popio almost overran that baseball, but was able to retract his footsteps and make the play to save the extra bases.
Landon Beitelshees wasting no time there. Saw the outside fastball, took it the other way into left center field. Canfield threatening already with nobody out, looking to get their lead right back.
So the Cardinals, after a couple of miscues defensively in the bottom half of that third inning, they had the runner in Kaschak, caught him between first and second, and then Shortino with a grounder to third should have ended the inning. Left that runner at third base. Instead, they threw it down the right field line, and we're tied up at 1 apiece here in the fourth. Nate Shaw with a wide stance. Next pitch to him. Goes right at him with a fastball in the outside corner. Count even up at a ball and a strike.
Shaw looking to help himself out a little bit here at the plate. 0 for 1 here today.
So Petridis out of the bullpen in that second inning. Shortest start of the season for Coral as the 1-1 offering is downstairs in the turf. Good block by Roth, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. And the true freshman has held the Cardinals to a goose egg so far through 2 innings of work. But a leadoff base hit by Beitelshees. He's the runner at first with nobody out here in the fourth inning. Nate Shaw, the 5-hitting pitcher. He's pitched a great game as well for the Cardinals. Time called in the box before the pitch, and Petridis will just lob it over.
Still lobbed that one over across the plate. That was a good positioning there.
I'm surprised they granted time. Petridis already into the motion.
Of course, Petridis only a freshman. Big moment here for him. Stepping up against, across the board, arguably the most talented team from top to bottom here in the Valley.
Two count to Shaw, looking to help himself out at the plate. Now that run he gave up was unearned. Petridis is ready. He comes set at the belt. 2-strike pitch off the plate for ball 3.
Nice job by Shaw of holding back on that one. It looked like he started to.
He triggered. He wanted it.
Yep.
That's a tough take. Obviously, the batter pressing there with a 2-2 count. See that off speed, and you want to chase it. And he was able to hold the hands back, and here comes the payoff pitch now to Nate Shaw. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. Roth will block it, and first base was occupied. So no throw down to first, and another strikeout for Mason Petridis. The runner does go to second, though. So the job is somewhat done by Shaw, moving the guy to second base. So here comes Michael Patelis now. Patelis has slid up in the lineup throughout this season. Started down near the bottom half of the order, 8-9. Now he's the 6th hitter. Patelis, the young catcher. Straight up stance in that right-handed box. First pitch, he swings and fouls straight back. 0-1 the count to Patelis.
Patelis was the first batter that Petridis saw here today, so now the second time for him going through this part of the order. We'll see which side will prevail, if Canfield will continue to string some hits or if Petridis can keep dealing on the mound.
Now the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice off-speed pitch on the outside edge, and it's quickly 0-2. He's done a great job of mixing up his pitches here throughout these 3 innings.
And he doesn't look, I mean, we've talked about how he's a freshman. Doesn't look like one out there because it's sometimes you could say if it's a freshman on the mound, he's a little bit slower of a pitcher, but he's pumping it in there. It's just his off-speed pitches that are really getting this Canfield lineup.
0-2 pitch, chop foul down the third base side. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, when he's bringing the heat, he's putting it on these outside corners. That's what has put Canfield in these tough spots, getting down early in the counts, and they've been chasing so much.
So Patelis has dug himself a hole at 0-2. On deck is Ryan Petro. Jamison back in the hole. Bottom half of this order here in the fourth inning for Canfield. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Fastball blows it by him. Another strikeout for Petridis. Back-to-back Ks, and there's 2 down here in the fourth. So he rears back and strikes out Patelis. And that's going to bring up Ryan Petro. Petro swings, pops it up on the first pitch. Foul grounds first base side. Stevenson going over, and the first baseman will squeeze it. So after the leadoff base hit on one pitch by Beitelschieß, Petridis comes back, strikes out 2 out of the 3 retired here in the fourth inning, and we go to the bottom half of the fourth. Austintown Fitch has some momentum in this ballgame. We'll be back after this.
You can see these players, get to know these names, get to know these coaches at a more personal level than truly you ever did before. And I think YSN has been a big influential factor in bringing us that level of personal connection that we haven't seen any other company truly be able to do. If my legacy goes down as being the voice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, I can hang my hat on that and be proud of it at the end of the day. My name is Ty Bartell, and my sports network is your sports network.
I enjoy the fact that I come to work every day. I'm proud of what I do, and I go home to my family, and I set a good example for my children. And to see that I'm able to help someone in the situation that I might have been in, it makes me feel really good about it. Take your time, make sure you're comfortable, so that way when you leave here saying, I'm not only happy about the car, I'm satisfied with my experience. I'm completely satisfied. I'm Greg Fonda, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Bottom half of the fourth inning, the tides are turning here at Austintown Fitch. 1-1 tie. The Cardinals struck first in inning number 1. The Falcons were able to put one on the board in the third, and they look to take their first lead here in the fourth inning. Shaw deals the first pitch, and it's a fastball strike on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1 to Carson Fuller, the second baseman, a ground out victim his first time up.
We knew coming into today that this matchup had the ability of being a pitcher's duel with Shaw and Coral. Coral goes out of the game after 1 inning, but Petridis has picked up right where he left off.
Yes, he has. He's done a heck of a job as a true freshman against this talented Canfield lineup. 1-1 count. Carson Fuller, the 6 hitter, so 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Falcons here in inning number 4. That was a nasty knee-buckling breaking ball from Nate Shaw, and the count is now 1-2. Fuller chokes up on the bat. Hands down low. Here comes the 2-strike pitch. Off speed. And Fuller, once again, knee buckling, but the ball ran inside. And I think the bat was just in the right position at the right time. He was able to foul tip that one away. Count stays at 1-2. Here we go. 2-strike pitch up and away. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just like Petridis, Shaw's done a good job mixing up his pitches here today.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of curves. 2-2, here it comes. Fastball goes right at him. Chops it over right side. First baseman Beitelschieß will take it himself. That's now the 4th ground out to first base by the Falcons. One down here in the 4th, and that's going to bring up the pitcher and Mason Petridis. So when you look at Austintown Fitch's bracket, they're in the Canton Division I sectional and district bracket, where they will await the winner of Boardman and Hudson. Austintown Fitch, good enough this season, having a great year for that 4 seed in Division I. First pitch fouled away.
Fitch, after this little doubleheader series with Canfield, they'll face off against Boardman, so
yeah,
could be seeing him again in a few weeks.
Man, what's crazy is Hudson this year is a 21 seed. You never see Hudson that low. That's always the sight as well for the regional. 0-1 pitch, just a tad down low. Count 1-1. The top seed in that region is Dover. And then the Falcons, looking at the bottom half of the bracket, will either face off against Aurora, Uniontown Lake, or Warren G. Harding if they beat the winner of Boardman and Hudson. So they've got a good chance at a run.
Yeah, they do. I mean, like we've said so much, pretty much the formula you need in playoff baseball is good pitching. The hitting will come. But, I mean, we're seeing Petrides right here. You also have Jake Coral and Fitch. They have their own good amount of pitchers as well.
And we got a pitcher's duel going on here at Austintown Fitch tonight. 1-1 tie in the fourth. Bases empty with 2 down. And that's going to bring up Brandon Stevenson. First pitch to him. Dotted on the outside corner for strike number 1.
Of course, we'll be back on the network tomorrow out at Hubbard. What, is that your first? That'll be your first time?
Yeah.
Being at Hubbard.
Being, center field?
Yep.
On the
Top
hill.
of the hill.
On the grassy berm. 0-1 changeup, misses down low. Count is now 1-1 strike.
Yeah, so we did a few games at Hubbard last year. I did. We started out like beyond right field under the part of the roof, but didn't take a while to notice that that's pretty much a wind tunnel over there. So if you had any papers, they were flying all over the place. So center field's a little bit more calm. Yeah, great view. Might need the binoculars tomorrow, but
I've got them.
Good view regardless.
2-strike pitch, waved at and missed, went upstairs with a heat. Stevenson couldn't catch up, and Shaw strikes out a pair here in the fourth inning. We go to inning number 5, tied up 1-1.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Jamison Beck will lead us off here in the top half of inning number 5. Richie Giuliano and Anthony Romo with you here on a gorgeous night for baseball in Austintown. 2 great teams facing off, the Falcons out of Division I and the Cardinals Division II. 2 teams that are seated in the top 4 in their respective districts this year. First pitch swing, Beck taps it over third base side, and it goes off the third baseman glove and Carter Owens. That one scampers into left field for a leadoff man aboard.
There you go. Great job by Jamison Beck. Bottom of this Canfield order. 8-hitter and Beck leading off the inning, getting on base.
Time is called. Of a mound meeting. And Mason Petrides, just the freshman coming out in that second inning. And he's locked down the Cardinals so far. He has struck out 4 guys in 3 innings of work. And now the infield's going to meet after the air by Owens at third. Back-to-back innings where the Cardinals have their leadoff man aboard. She's got on with a base hit to lead off the 4th. And then Petritas came right back and struck out a pair.
Yeah, of course, Beidelshees was stranded in scoring position last inning. We'll see if Beck can get some nifty base running, but obviously Proud will have to do some damage from the plate. Top of the order, and Josh Giuliano on deck.
Proud squaring around a bunt. They want to play some small ball. First pitch, and he takes down low and outside. Count 1-0, obviously with the top of the order on deck. Want to know the count. Got to suspect he's bunting again. Squaring. Next pitch downstairs. Throw back to first. Tag apply, but it's not in time. Nice throw by Roth. Right on the money.
Heads up play.
And Beck just able to get those slender arms in there.
Of course, Canfield rocking the blonde hair as a team. Talked about this a few times.
2-0 pitch, a hard ground ball and a base hit into right field. The right fielder comes up strong, throw to second, a one-hopper not in time. Drew Kaschak came charging in. He fired to second to try to get the very unlikely force out, and it was not in time. So now the Cardinals really have something going here in the 5th inning. 2 guys aboard, top of the order. Josh Giuliano comes up, Slanker on deck, Havril in the hole. See if they try to bunt. He's squaring. First pitch, lays it down right side. First baseman Stevenson almost lost his footing. Throw to first is wide. Trickles off the second baseman's glove. Here comes Beck. He will score. And both teams have taken advantage of some errors here today. The Cardinals back on top by a score of 2-1.
That was a great bunt put down by Giuliano. Like you said, first baseman coming in, kind of lost his footing. Throws a little bit short. Second baseman was unable to scoop it up. Rolls past him, and Canfield retakes the lead.
Well, you saw the first baseman, Stevenson, kind of lost his footing on that throw, and then it was wide of the second baseman who was coming over to cover. First pitch to Slanker, way up high for ball 1. And it's tougher for the second baseman and Fuller to come over with all of his momentum going towards the bag. You hit the bag, and then it's to your right. So you're going straight forward to your left, and you got to make a quick pivot and then come back to your right and make the catch, and it went off of his glove. 1-0 down and in, and a count 2-0.
And in that case, yet again, so you got to give some credit to Giuliano with the bunt. I mean, he put it in a perfect position where you put the first baseman in a position like that, where you have to kind of shift your body momentum in a split second and make the throw over.
Pushing the envelope here in the 5th. Runner takes off for second, and the 2-0 is ripped on a hard line drive off the facing of the side wall down the right field line, and the count is 2-1. So the Cardinals back on top. 2-1 our score here in the 5th inning. After the error by the third baseman, the leadoff man was aboard. A base hit by Proud into right field on the hard ground ball, and then the tough infield error on the right side.
We've seen with Slanker, if he can get the ball on the right part of the barrel, that ball will go.
Now the 2-1. Off speed, just a bit low underneath the knees, and the count is 3 balls and a strike. So a hitter's count for Slanker. See if they send Giuliano over at first. Nope. 3-1 pitch. Popped him up into left field. Here comes the left fielder, Don Perry. Out goes the shortstop, Shortino. Perry makes the catch. Throw to home plate. And it will trickle to home. No advancement from third. And on a 3-1 pitch, the Falcons fortunate to get that shallow fly out into left field for Slanker.
Got to give some credit to Perry in left field, too. He had a long way to track over and make that catch.
And he's battling the sun. beaten down on his eyes and left. That will bring up A.J. Havrilla. So you kind of pick your poison here in the top of the order. Slanker, then Havrilla. Vital, she's on deck. He swung it well. A lot of opportunities for the Cardinals to add some insurance here in the fifth. First pitch, off speed, and he finds the inside corner for strike one.
That was a big first out there, though, for Petridis. I mean, having guys on the corner, still nobody out. A bat like Slanker up at the plate, that's huge to get him out and have no harm done.
Throw over to first. Back with a dive is the runner in Giuliano, kind of leaning towards second.
He wanted to go, man.
He did.
Seen Giuliano has some wheels on the base paths. Of course, last year, Josh was so lethal at the top of the lineup for Canfield. Starting to heat up a little bit from the plate as we head towards the playoffs.
Yeah, first team All-State selection last year, hit over 400. 0-1 the count. The next pitch, above the eyes, throw back to first, tag applied, not in time.
Another nice throw down to first by Roth.
And the Falcons have seen the secondary leads over at first by Giuliano. They've been deep, but that time kind of shortened it up, and the throw wasn't in time. Stevenson and Roth, the first baseman and catcher, on the same level here in the fifth inning. Throw over to first, back with the dive. Actually standing up as the runner. So still a 1-1 count. This is a big at bat here in the fifth with runners at the corners and one down.
I mean, we saw Havrilla his first time up, how far he lifted the ball into center field. I mean, if he does that again, you're scoring that runner on third base.
Now Petridis is going to step off. So the signal's delivered from the third base dugout. Roth will now exchange to the pitcher and Petridis. Another unearned run here for the pitcher. Runner takes off, pitch up high, throw down to second base, cut off by the second baseman and Fuller. And man, he would have been toast at second if Fuller let that go through. You get the stolen base, but Austintown Fitch going to want that play back. They had the first and third situation.
Yeah, that now eliminates the inning-ending double play as well.
It does, and that's a tough call. That's where you got to communicate on the infield. Got to tell them to let that go because the runner from third wasn't moving. Next pitch popped up foul. 2-2 count.
We'll see if Petridis can settle back in. This has been a long at-bat with Havrilla. I feel like he's thrown as many pitches over to first base as he has over the plate here.
Yeah. Well, they knew he was going to run, too, at some point. So now the infield in, and Giuliano's going to be able to take a deep lead at second. So a base hit most likely is going to score two for the Cardinals. Well, it could be the biggest sequence of the ball game here in the fifth. Canfield looking to break this game wide open. 2-1 they lead. Two-strike pitch, swing and a miss.
Big strikeout there for Petridis.
Mammoth strikeout for Petridis. So he gets a K. That leaves runners at second and third for now Landon Beitelschieß, who roped a single into left center his last time up.
Beitelschieß wasted no time in that last appearance against Petridis. First pitch, fastball away, took it in the left center field.
The lefty stands in. First pitch to Beitelschieß. Backs him off the plate for ball one, underneath his arms. So Prout's at third. Giuliano at second. Two down in the fifth. Beitelschieß, the cleanup hitter, stands in. Time is called from that third base dugout. On deck, Nate Shaw. One-0 pitch to the plate. Bounced the changeup in there. Roth will save a run from third.
It's a nice stop there by Roth. That one gets past, and this backstop gets pretty deep. If you can hit it in that corner towards the Canfield dugout.
And it's got the padding as well, so that ball's going to sit It's not like a brick surface where it'll bounce back. 2-0 pitch goes right at him, rolls him over right side. Stevenson, the first baseman, will take it himself, and Petridis does some damage control here in the 5th inning. A big-time strikeout to Avrilla. He rolls over Beitelschieß on a 2-0 count, and we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2-1, the Cardinals are on top.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Going from mindful to mindful sometimes requires a helping, healing hand. Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness offers a continuum of mental health and wellness care. At Insight, we're changing the way you receive counseling and wellness services with experienced licensed clinicians and expertly trained wellness staff. With 4 locations in Mahoning and Columbiana County, along with telehealth services, Insight offers clients quick access to care when they need it. Transform your mental health and wellness at Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness.
There's just no feeling like when you actually can get somebody in a vehicle that they think is not attainable. I see myself as more of a modern or next generation salesperson. I just enjoy, being there throughout the sale, after the sale. We're going to make sure that everything about that vehicle, from start to finish is the right one for you. I'm Jim Conlon, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Bottom half of inning number 5. First pitch to the 9-hitter on the outside edge for strike 1. Dom Perry will lead us off. A rollover ground out to the shortstop his last time up. And this is one of those games where some of these guys towards the bottom half of this order could potentially get just 2 at-bats in the game.
Yeah. It's been one of those pitching duels here today. We've seen Canfield start to get the bats going a little bit these last 2 innings at the plate. And Fitch, of course, tying it up. The bottom of the 3rd. So big chance right here.
0-2 pitch. Runs inside off the back of the 9-hitter and Dom Perry. And the leadoff man aboard for the Falcons here in the 5th inning.
Just like that.
Well, that's what the doctor ordered for Fitch on an 0-2 pitch. He went right at him with 2 straight fastballs at the knee level. And that's going to bring up the top of the order and Drew Kaschak. Kaschak almost had one of the best plays of the game in right field in the last inning.
Yeah.
Almost threw out Jamison Beck on a ground ball in the right field. First pitch to him. He wants to bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball, throw down to first, tag applied, and it's in time. Patelis picks the pocket of Perry at first.
We saw the heads-up play behind the plate from Joe Roth last inning. We see it here from Patelis here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, that's a situation as a base runner. You can't leave on that secondary until you see that bunt down. So the count 1-0 now to Kaschak. That eliminates the bunt try for a sacrifice. 1-0 pitch. Inside corner for strike 1.
We'll see as well. That could be one of those outs right there that gets Shaw right back in his rhythm.
Now the 1-1. Curveball. And he missed down low. 2 balls and a strike. Pitching match, to say the least. 2 hits for the Cardinals. 1 hit. Next pitch popped up into center field. The center fielder Slanker will mosey in to make out number 2. So 2 down, bases erased after the throw from Patelis. And now here comes Carter Owens.
For both these teams, we were talking about it last week when we were doing Canfield Girls Lacrosse. This is one of those games that you want to be in late in the regular season, because if it's a 2-1 game in the playoffs and the jitters are flowing through, you may know more about situational baseball if you get put in games like this against another quality team late on in the regular season.
Yeah. And these are 2 great teams, of course, for The Cardinals playing up a division, Austintown D1, and then Fitch is taking on one of the best Division II programs in the state this season. 1-0 strike in the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 down here in the 5th inning to Carter Owens, a third baseman, a strikeout victim to Shaw. It's got 7 Ks so far through 4 2/3. 1-1, curveball lofted, shallow right field. Here comes Beck. That ball's going to drop in for a 2-out base hit. Little inside-out swing there by Carter Owens, and he will take a base hit into right field.
Which is the second hit of the day now for Fitch.
Yep. So here comes the shortstop, Mike Shortino.
And if you look at Canfield's schedule this season, I mean, you'd think they're a Division I team. They've pretty much played a Division I schedule.
Yeah, they have. The shortstop steps in, Shortino. He reached on an error his last time up. That was the 1 run scored by Austintown Fitch in this ball game. First pitch to Shortino above the eyes for ball 1. So Owens, the third baseman at first. Shortino at the plate. Nate Shaw from the stretch. He comes set at the belt. And the 1-0 pitch. Swinging and a miss. Count 1-1.
I mean, still, this is such a big field here at Fitch. All it takes is 1 hit, get it into a gap, and you can tie this game up.
Yeah, that ball's going to roll on the turf. Throw over to first. Back with the dive is the runner. Ball skips away from Beitelshees. That ball's going to roll all the way down the right field line. Beck, the right fielder, fires it back into the infield. Another error by the Cardinals. That puts a runner in scoring position here with 2 down.
Big chance for Fitch.
There's been a lot of errors in this baseball game. One and one the count. Now a base hit can potentially tie this ball game up here in the 5th. Shortino steps back in. 1-1. Off speed. Good layoff as the ball skips in the turf for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. The meat of the order for the Falcons here in the 5th. Shortino and Popio on deck. Outfield going to play him straight up. Outfielders battling that sun all the way around. 2-1 pitch. Up high above the chest, and the count 3-1.
Chance here now for Fitch. For the first time, I believe, today to get 2 runners on base at the same time.
Yeah.
They stranded one guy multiple times, but looking for a big chance here.
3-1, fouled off. There's that fastball he was looking for. Good swing on it. Just missed it. And the count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, we've seen Shaw throw a lot of 3-2 breaking balls. So, I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibilities either. Full count. Payoff pitch coming to Mikey Shortino. Swung on, hard ground ball to third. Havrilla deep in the whole fields. Throw to first in time. Havrilla redeems himself at the hot corner, and that will end the 5th inning. Still 2-1 our score. We go to the 6th.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
We have reached the top half of inning number 6. 2-1, Canfield on top. The freshman, Petritas, still out there. He entered in the second out of the bullpen after one inning from Coral. First pitch is in there for a strike to Shaw.
Pitcher versus pitcher right here.
Yeah, Petritas sent Shaw down with a strikeout on that 3-2 count his last time up. 1-1 count to Shaw. We were kind of talking in the second. Was Petritas going to throw an inning or two, and Austintown Fitch makes this a bullpen game for tomorrow? But he's given them a lot of length. Fooled Shaw on the changeup, and the count is now 1-2.
I mean, you've probably seen way more of Canfield than I have this year, but from what I've seen, Canfield usually not fooled at the plate like they have been here today.
No. Tip your cap to Petritas and what he has done as the 2-strike pitch is tap foul off to the left side. Count stays at 1-2. And it's the off speed that's really fooling the Cardinals here in these ABs tonight. 1-2. Petritas way ahead of Shaw. It will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up in the lineup here in the 6th inning. Now the 1-2. Went at him with a fastball, and it's fouled away. Another thing, Petritas is not nibbling. He's going right at hitters. Something you want to see as the freshman. A lot of teams kind of get scared, like you mentioned, with a dangerous lineup. So many Division I commits. They can make you pay for it when you get ahead at 2-1, 3-1. But not Petritas. He's going right at hitters. He strikes out Shaw for the second time today. One down here in the 6th. And that's going to bring up Michael Patelis.
Seen Patelis make a couple nice plays behind the plate here today. Backdoor, I believe 1 or 2 runners here today for Fitch.
Yeah, Perry was able to get on base, hit by a pitch, and then Patelis went to the back door, picked him off at first.
Looking to help himself out at the plate here. Looking to get the Cards. Runner on base, looking to add some insurance here in the top of the 6th.
Patelis, a ground out and a strikeout today. Both at bats against Mason Petritas. 1-0 pitch up and away, count 2-0. So this is the type of the game where this ball game can really change in one swing of a bat. 2-1 our score. Canfield on top right now. 2-0 pitch. Right down the middle for strike 1. Time called by Patelis in the box.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better day to have a great game like this. Great crowd on hand. Sun beaming. Richie, you got a good amount of sun today?
A little too much. 2-1 changeup. Paints the inside corner at the knee level, and the count 2-2. So he climbs back in the count after trailing 2-0. Now the 2-strike pitch to the plate. Off speed, and it's foul tipped. Almost hung on by Roth as he went down to his knees to try and catch it.
Yeah, Patelis just caught enough of that one to stay alive in the count.
Almost looked like a strikeout from our vantage point. Couldn't really hear the tip of the bat.
And we are up above here in the press box. Not too many schools around here that I've been to that have had press boxes here for baseball.
Gotta love coming here. Good vantage point for our camera, for the people back home to watch. 2-2 up and away. Count 3-2. Now tomorrow in center field, I mean, you're going to have to move that bad boy. You're going to have to be zooming in.
We have a, yeah. You have a good vantage point when it's all the way out there. You can see the whole field.
Payoff pitch, swung on, lifted. Into left field, fairly deep. Going back to left fielder Perry towards the warning track, and he will snag it for out number 2. The ball is carrying quite well once you put it in the air today. And Patelis had the warning track power into left field.
I will say that the only thing about Hubbard sometimes is around the outfield fence, there's a blue tarp over on the outside of the fence. So sometimes it does get hard to see if a ball falls or not.
Oh, boy.
If it disappears. But, I mean, saw our fair share of home runs there last year at the field right behind the high school. Jake Hetrick, who is now having a phenomenal season for Warren JFK, hit his fair share of home runs last year for the Eagles. JFK looking to repeat Division IV.
Yeah. 0-1 pitch, knee level, mid part of the plate for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Mason Petridis looking for another clean inning of work here in the 6th. He's got the sign and the 2-strike pitch, way high. No thought of swinging from Petro, and the count goes to 1-2. Mason Petridis has only given up 1 run. It was not earned. Two-strike pitch again, outside corner. He paints it for strike 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Mason Petridis. Man, is the young kid dealing here today. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. Still 2-1.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens. On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update. Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
New pitcher for the Cardinals here in the bottom half of inning number 6. Brandon Popio, the cleanup hitter, is going to face off against Ryan Petro. Petro, another guy who's mixed into this starting rotation. The right-hander into the motion. First pitch, Popio will take outside and low, count 1-0. Now, Shaw, the harder throwing right-hander, and Ryan Petro, a guy that puts a lot of spin on the baseball. Now the 1-0. Outside corner for strike number 1.
I mean, you can kind of tell just the spin, just how the ball comes out of his hand.
And he's got a lot of movement on the fastball as well. 1-1. Goes at him with a heat downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Ryan Petro, one of the top pitchers in all of Ohio last season. An ERA under 120.
He works very quick on the mound.
2-1, lost his grip. It's up high, 3 balls and a strike. So he was the starting shortstop. Nate Shaw will take his place after 5 innings of work. 3-1 inside, the leadoff man aboard here for the Falcons in the 6th inning. Popio is on, and here comes Joe Roth. This is the matchup you want. Righty-lefty with a runner at first and nobody out.
Roth 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts, but we know his potential from the plate. Sure, he wants to break through as much as anyone else right now.
Yeah. Roth stands in. If he could stay back on that slider. A lot of room in the outfield for him to work with. First pitch, wide of the mark. Patelis fields it off the carom. Throw to second, skips into center field. No advancement there from the second base bag by Popio.
Just like that. Roth now with the runner in scoring position, nobody out. Big chance.
Just looking to do his job here. Put that ball on the right side of the infield and try and advance this runner to third. Well, we talked about the padding behind home plate. That ball was a rocket off the padding. It came right back. Patelis had a chance to throw him out at second.
What a play that would have been.
That would have been nice. Petro steps off. So Popio, the runner at second after a leadoff walk, advanced on the wild pitch. Roth steps back in. Petro deals. Next pitch outside. He just doesn't have his command here in the 6th inning out of the bullpen.
And it is a risky move in a way if you're Canfield. I mean, Shaw was dealing for most of the game today and then going to a different pitcher here in the 6th inning in such a low-scoring and close game.
2-0, here it comes. Fastball finds the knee level for strike one. Well, you got to imagine with the seating already in place, you don't want to overthrow guys towards the end of the season. You want to win conference games, don't get me wrong, but I think you could sacrifice Shaw throwing 5 good innings than overthrowing. Roth wants the bunt. He lays down a beauty. To the left of the mound, Petro fields, throws the first, it's offline. Here comes Popio, and Popio's going to score the game-tying run on an RBI bunt by Joe Roth.
Just like that, Fitch ties it up.
How about the trickery from Austintown Fitch? Roth, the power-hitting left-hander, sees 3 pitches, lays down a beautiful bunt, and the throw goes wide of first base, and we are tied up at 2, and the Falcons still got something rolling with nobody out. That's going to bring up Carson Fuller. And you got to imagine, after seeing the bunt display defensively, you got to bunt again.
Have to. Or at least think about it.
Both teams have put a lot of pressure on each other today.
These are the types of games, like we said, that you want to be in.
First pitch way outside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count to Carson Fuller. He has grounded out to the first baseman twice. And now Nate Shaw is going to come in, have a word with Ryan Petro. So Shaw with 5 in the books, no longer set up for the victory today. 1-0 pitch, lofted, shallow left field. Josh Giuliano coming in towards the line, and he will make the catch on the run for out number 1.
Nice job there by Giuliano coming in, making the catch. Big first out there for Ryan Petro.
Kind of surprised they didn't try and bunt. So here comes Mason Petridis. Petridis, the opposition, who has pitched a gem out of the bullpen, and he's looking to set himself up for a victory if he could play the runner. First pitch, he will take a slider strike.
Nice job by Petro coming back, getting that out. Comes right at him with a slider to start the at-bat.
Petridis wants time. He'll step out of the box. Good thing this isn't college with the 20-second timer, or else Petridis might be getting a strike there. That's become a ridiculous rule in college baseball.
Yeah, we've seen it in a couple instances where it's been a strike 3 to batters.
It's terrible. Owen won the count to Petridis. He's squaring the bunt. Throw over to first. Back with the dive is the runner.
I feel like at the end of the day, it's an experiment, but to be victim to it, it's been turning a lot of heads the wrong way.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. The Twitter fingers have not been happy with a lot of people. 0-1. Petridis wants to bunt. He'll lay it down in the air, and the catcher, Patelis, knocked it down in fair territory. Good heads-up play, though, as he throws out the force runner at second base. So after a miscue behind the plate, he picks it up with the bare hand and makes a high IQ play to throw him out at second.
Patelis has had a couple heads-up plays.
Yeah, that's a nice play by the young catcher. He dove on it, and then it was in fair territory, so it was a fair ball. But to Rott's point over at first and his defense, he couldn't move until that ball hit the ground because you don't want to get doubled up at first and the inning.
Can't do that.
Stevenson will step in. Pinch hitter. Jack Knight takes over, and he takes a called strike. So Knight off the bench hitting for Stevenson in that 8 spot at first. 0-1 the count tonight. Throw over again. Back up standing as Petridis.
Whole new ball game. Canfield
brand new.
Put that run up in the top of the first. Fitch answered in the bottom of the third, and then Canfield in the top of the fifth. And now Fitch here in the bottom of the sixth.
A 1 pitch off the mark. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Second tie of the ball game here today.
Just trying to look at the scoreboard through the holes in the fence.
Need those binoculars.
Yeah, we do. We'll have them handy tomorrow. Need them.
Petro deals the 1-1 pitch. Fastball just a tad outside, and the count is now 2 balls and a strike.
Petro, he's had a battle here in the sixth inning.
He has. Jack Knight choked up on that bat. 2-1. Goes off speed, rips it into center field. Back goes the center fielder Slinker. Laissez-faire back pedal, and he makes the catch. And that will end this 6th frame. A 1-run inning for the Falcons. We are tied up as we head to inning number 7.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
60 years ago, Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods began with 3 siblings, a hand-set sawmill, and a few local orders. And while business has certainly changed over the years, what has not are our principles of hard work, craftsmanship, and commitment to quality. At Baird Brothers, we're proud to put our name on the products we create, from moldings and doors to flooring and lumber. Thank you for 60 great years. We look forward to 60 more. Baird Brothers, for the place you love.
False alarm. They're
False
on the
alarm
score.
on the scoreboard. 7th inning. Jamison Beck's going to lead us off. The right-hander and Mason Petridis. His 6th inning of work, and he dots a first pitch strike on the outside corner.
We did see Jamison Beck, though, get on base his last time up.
He did.
So looking to start it off here in the 7th. He actually scored the then go-ahead run for Canfield. So looking to get back on base, cause some more pressure for Petridis on the mound, and get the Canfield Cardinals back on top here in the top of the 7th.
This is the part of the order you want up if you're Petridis. 8-9 to begin the 7th. 1-1. Just missed. 2 balls and a strike. So a 2-1 count to Beck. The tall right-hander steps back in. Next pitch, Petridis delivers, and it swung on and missed as Beck lost his footing in the box. 2-2 the count to Jamison Beck.
Petridis looking for yet another strikeout here today.
He has been absolutely dealing. 1 run was not earned. 2-2 pitch, strike 3 called. He got him on the outside corner. 50-50 call. You never want to put it in the hands of the umpire.
Number 8, Ethan Prout.
So here comes Ethan Prout. He had a nice at-bat his last time up, and that 5th inning, he roped a ground ball single into right field. First pitch swinging, ropes it into left field for a 1-out single.
Nice job again. Just getting the bat on the ball.
Ethan Prout has been a force to be reckoned with as the 9-hitter, and that's the type of guy you want to flip the order over. Josh Giuliano will step in again. The right-handed hitter and the leadoff man for the Cardinals. With a runner at first and 1 down in the 7th inning. Canfield looking to give Ryan Petro or potentially Beitelshe's a save opportunity here in the 7th inning. We've seen that a couple times this season where they'll throw Beitelshe's for just 1 inning to potentially save the ball game. So that's in the cards for the Cardinals. No pun intended there. Petridis looks at first. He deals. First pitch wide of Roth. That goes to the backstop, and that moves the runner and Prout up to second base. So the go-ahead run now in scoring position here in the 7th.
If you're Canfield, top of the order, up at the plate, 1 out. All of a sudden, this is the part of the order for Canfield that you want up.
Yep. Turned quite quickly, didn't it?
Big chance here for Giuliano.
Here's the 1-0. Off speed and a good one. Count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Petridis, he's been in this situation a time or two today.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been able to creep around some jams. He left runners at 2nd and 3rd earlier in the ball game where he struck out Havrilla. And then Beitelshe's, the cleanup hitter, came up. 2-0 count, change up, and he rolled him over. 1-1 pitch, outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
At the end of the day, these Canfield batters have not seen Petridis this season.
Nope.
But still, he's done a great job. This is, what, his 3rd time through the order now.
Way ahead of Giuliano at 1 and 2. Petridis looks at second. 2-strike pitch. Popped him up. Foul grounds. First base side. Knight, the new first baseman, will watch this one fly out of play. So the count stays at 1 and 2. A protection swing there by Giuliano at the plate.
Looking to put one in the outfield. Get Prout in. Give the Cardinals the lead right back.
They're going to play him semi-shallow in center and right. Left fielder and Perry plays regular depth. 1-2 pitch. Rolled him over. Third base side. The third baseman, Owens, fires across in time. Heads up base running by Prout. He took a deep lead off the bag, and then he saw that ball off the hands of Owens, darted towards third, and he's in safely without a throw. So now the go-ahead run, 90 feet away from home plate, and Slanker is due for a base hit here today. He's 0 for at the plate so far. Righty-lefty matchup with 2 down. First pitch, Slanker swings, pops it up, foul territory. Roth loses the mask. Here comes the third baseman, and Roth will make the catch on a basket-style catch in front of the third base dugout. What a play by the catcher, and that will take us to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Falcons have a chance to walk it off when we come back.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
How lucky are we to have not one, but 2 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses.
Continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring PGA professionals, golf instruction, a player's rewards club, kids programs, and a pro shop and grill room for a memorable golf experience. Call or click to schedule your tee time at Mill Creek Golf Course.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Going from mindful to mindful sometimes requires a helping, healing hand. Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness offers a continuum of mental health and wellness care. At Insight, we're changing the way you receive counseling and wellness services with experienced licensed clinicians and expertly trained wellness staff. With 4 locations in Mahoning and Columbiana County, along with telehealth services, Insight offers clients quick access to care when they need it. Transform your mental health and wellness at Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness.
Bottom of the 7th inning, new pitcher for the Cardinals, Jake Gerdick out there, the right-hander. Don Perry steps in, first pitch, misses downstairs for ball number 1. Back to that same spot, 9-1-2 for the Falcons as they have a chance to walk it off here in the 7th inning. 2-2 tie. 1-0 pitch, right down the middle.
Jake Gerdick now on the mound for Canfield. Coming in after 5 innings from Nate Shaw and 1 inning from Ryan Petro.
1-1, almost hit Perry, and the count is now 2 balls and a strike. Last time Perry was up. 0-2 count, beamed him on the back.
Almost just happened here in this at-bat. Almost hit him on the inside part of the body.
2-1 is upstairs for ball 3. The relievers for the Cardinals haven't had much control today. Nate Shaw dealt pretty well. He had 7 strikeouts to finish. 3-1. Goes right at him. Full count.
Nice job there by Gerdick, battling back down 3-1. Not shying away. Put that one right over.
Can't put the leadoff man aboard here in the 7th. Puts a lot of pressure on you. Payoff pitch. Fouled off.
Especially with the leadoff batter in the order coming up next.
Yeah, and it's the 9-hitter up at the plate right now. Not to say the 9-hitters are the worst hitters, because what we have seen today is the 9-hitters have been on base all day. Prout's got 2 hits for Canfield. Perry's been on base. Here comes the second payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle to his left. Shaw Wolfield takes his time, slings it over, and that's out number 1. Cool, calm, and collected over at short. A lot of young shortstops will kind of panic on that play and rush the throw, but he took that extra step to gather himself and fire over to first to get that first out here in the 7th.
I mean, what a game this has been today, too. It's been perfect all around the board, perfect weather. Two of the best teams here in the Valley. It's been a great pitcher's duel.
Drew Kaschak at the plate. First pitch outside and low. Count 1-0. And let's get some free baseball here.
We have lights here. We can
do.
sustain
Play
some
all
extra
night.
innings.
Play a second one. Ground ball up the middle off the glove of Gerdick. He knocked it down. Throw to first in time. First two guys retired here in inning number 7.
Nice job there by Gerdick, too.
Here comes Carter Owens.
Ball kind of came back, one off the glove, but didn't lose his composure. Picked it up, threw over to first.
So Carter Owens looking to do what he did his last at bat. He went inside out on a breaking ball and lofted a single into right field. First pitch, right down Broadway, strike one. 0-1 the count to Carter Owens, the two hitting third baseman. 0-1, just a tad off the plate. Count 1-1. So Owens could get aboard. Shortino on deck. Popio in the hole. Now the 1-1 offering. Off speed, he fooled him right over the mid part of the plate for strike two.
I mean, we've been back and forth. Fitch still has yet to lead this game.
You're right.
They've done a great job continuing to be able to tie this one up, but Canfield on the other end has they've done just enough to keep the game tied.
Above the eye level, good take there by Owens, and the count is even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, what a gritty battle this has been so far today. Both teams not giving in. 2-2. Off speed, swing and a miss by Owens, and Gerdick has a perfect 1-2-3 inning. We've got some free baseball here in Austintown. We head to the 8th inning after this.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Going from mindful to mindful sometimes requires a helping, healing hand. Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness offers a continuum of mental health and wellness care. At Insight, we're changing the way you receive counseling and wellness services with experienced licensed clinicians and expertly trained wellness staff. With 4 locations in Mahoning and Columbiana County, along with telehealth services, Insight offers clients quick access to care when they need it. Transform your mental health and wellness at Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness.
There's just no feeling like when you actually can get somebody in a vehicle that they think is not attainable. I see myself as more of a modern or next generation salesperson. I just enjoy, being there throughout the sale, after the sale. We're going to make sure that everything about that vehicle, from start to finish is the right one for you. I'm Jim Conlon, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Welcome back to Austintown Fitch. You asked for it. You got it. Some free baseball here tonight as the Cardinals and the Falcons tied up 2 apiece as we approach the 8th inning. A.J. Havrilla going to lead us off for Canfield, and Petritas, the lockdown right-hander, delivers. First pitch is off the end of the bat, trickles down that first base line, and it's picked up foul.
Had a little bit of spin on it. I thought it may have came back at first. Havrilla started to get out of the box, but ended up going foul.
What a play by Joe Roth to end that 7th inning. A runner at third base for Ben Slanker, a fly ball down the third base line and foul grounds. And Roth with that basket-style catch, almost like an over-the-shoulder football grab, to haul it in and end that 7th inning. 0-1. Just inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Havrilla outside of that deep fly out into center field on the warning track. It's been held pretty much quiet today.
Yeah, that brought in Canfield's first run, I believe, right?
Moved him over to third,
Moved
and
him
they
over
brought
to
him in.
third.
Yep.
I mean, I thought off the end of at the crack of the bat, it may be out of here.
Yeah, had a chance for sure. Seen 2 balls to the warning track today, one from Avrilla, one from Patelis.
That fly ball really showed me how big this field is.
Yeah. 2-1 off speed. In there for strike 2. A little bit of a delayed call there.
Petridis has really been painting that inside corner. He's done a good job putting on the inside and then the outside. As well as mixing up the pitches, he's mixing up his placements.
Changeup has been nasty today. 2-2. Swung on, lifted. Into center field, fairly deep, but this ball's playable for sure. Popio will squeeze it for out number 1.
About same spot.
Yeah.
He's back in the first inning.
A little bit deeper the first time around.
15, Landon Vitals.
Also had a better launch angle.
We know how crucial that is these days.
Oh,
launch angle.
With all the metrics and everything. A lot of analytics go into this game now that just a different animal than what we've seen in the past. Launch angle, everything involved. Bat speed, first pitch upstairs. Want to know the count. So much hitting coaches take into consideration now, especially at the minor league and professional levels, where you go in those hitting cages, they have every single bit of technology that you need for any at bat.
I think that's something that we've seen as of late. I mean, with so many batters, especially at the professional levels, it seems like we've seen so many strikeouts lately because so many guys are trying to hit the cover off the ball.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of home runs in these past few years, and I think you can really test that too. A lot of the new technology.
Yeah, I mean, look at what these college facilities have now. I mean, pretty much every one of the SEC facilities is like Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
With their hitting cages. 2-strike pitch, off speed, and it's lifted foul. Beitelschieß pushes it down that left field line and out of play.
Of course, we see a Valley guy with Michael Turner having a phenomenal season at Arkansas. Practically out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, he played limited games at Kent State the last couple of years, and then he starts at Arkansas, who's one of the best programs in the country, and he's lighting the world on fire.
On the team.
Yeah, he's lighting it up. Pig Suey. 1-2 pitch. Underneath the arms of Beitelschieß, and the count even up at 2-2. Eight strikeouts for Petridis. Check swing, and you can make it 9. He went around too far. 9 Ks for the freshman.
Going right at the back-to-back Ohio State commits.
Great sequence there, too. Dropped an off-speed breaking ball down low. And that's going to bring up Nate Shaw. Shaw with a great start today on the mound for Canfield. He didn't give up an earned run. First pitch he'll take. Strike number 1. Base is empty. 2 down here in the 8th inning. 0-1 count to Shaw. Petridis going to step off as. Where'd that baseball come from?
I have no clue.
Looks like the bullpen. And that bullpen is enclosed. So that ball sailed way high of the mark.
Hopefully we don't see one of those in game time.
No.
We might have to watch our heads up here.
0-1 fastball in there for strike 2.
Another one going right out of the bullpen.
Wow.
I watched that one.
Is there a hole in the fence, or did that one fly over?
It went off the catcher's mitt.
And now the fans kind of getting
They're
agitated.
saying it's ridiculous, like he's doing it on purpose. Like he wants to sail his bullpen pitches onto the turf. I mean, come on. Like it's part of Canfield's plan to slow down Petridis on the mound.
Little gamesmanship. 2-strike pitch. Down low.
That was another nice pitch, though, from Petridis.
Yeah, it was.
I I mean, he's done a good job. We've talked about how he's moved his pitches around for the most part. He's done a good job keeping them low, too.
He has. He's located really well. 1-2, check swing. Did he go? Nope. Count 2-2.
We've seen Beitelsch's on the home runs he's hit this year for the most part. He's been on those high pitches. When we saw that one out in Myrtle Beach was a high fastball that he took deep.
And he hasn't thrown too many fastballs.
Right.
That change has been deadly.
I thought that was a Myrtle Beach, yeah.
2-2, looking for double-digit Ks today. That ball roped deep into left field, going back. Perry backpedaling to make the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mason Petridis. Bottom of the 8th we go, 2-2.
I enjoy the fact that I come to work every day. I'm proud of what I do, and I go home to my family, and I set a good example for my children. And to see that I'm able to help someone in the situation that I might have been in, it makes me feel really good about it. Take your time, make sure you're comfortable, so that way when you leave here saying, I'm not only happy about the car, I'm satisfied with my experience. I'm completely satisfied. I'm Greg Fonda, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
How lucky are we to have not one, but two 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses.
Continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring PGA professionals, golf instruction, a players rewards club, kids programs, and a pro shop and grill room for a memorable golf experience. Call or click to schedule your tee time at Mill Creek Golf Course.
Bottom of the 8th we go. 2-2 tie between Austintown Fitch and Canfield. Mikey Shortino leads us off. Bloops one into left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Shortino puts a good swing on that first pitch. And Austintown Fitch has the leadoff man aboard here in the 8th inning. So here comes Popio.
And this may be the first time tonight that the pressure has really all been on Canfield.
You're right. 100%. This game has been controlled by the Cardinals until Fitch came back, tied it up. But they haven't had a threatening chance like Canfield has had with a tie game. First pitch off speed, chest level. Must have missed high in the count 1-0.
If you're Gerdick, I don't know how many you want to leave up there, though.
No. Popio climbs back in. Shortino, a speedy shortstop at first base. Got a pretty respectable lead over at first. Next pitch is ripped foul on the ground outside of third.
We've seen the power from Popio. We were talking about earlier on the broadcast. DJ was here last week, I believe. Sent one over the fence.
Man, would that be a moment or what?
In a game like this, with the momentum swings we've seen.
All-time classic.
Here on the network. Shaping up to be.
1-1 in the turf. Great sliding stop by Patelis, and the count is 2-1.
It's one of those funny situations, too, when these are two conference opponents. There's been so much put into this game, they have to turn around tomorrow and face each other again.
Yeah, you're right. Next pitch, rolled over. That one was down low, and Popio chased it. Count even up at 2-2.
Crowd starting to grow a little bit too. Softball game's over, track meet's over.
Yeah, everybody fleeing over here to the baseball field in a classic.
Taking center stage.
This is a great crowd on hand, truly, for high school baseball.
Yeah, and there's a JV game after this too.
Wow, that's different.
Yeah.
But it is.
I mean,
there are lights.
Yeah, that is true.
And usually you play the JV before the varsity, but this is a 5 o'clock start. 2-2. Off speed popped him up. Shallow center field. Here comes Slanker. Out goes the shortstop Shaw, who will make the catch for out number 1. A lot of off-speed thrown there to the cleanup hitter and Brandon Popio. So here comes Joe Roth. He had that RBI bunt his last time up on a 2-1 count.
Shocked everyone here.
Yeah, really did. Petro was pitching at the time, and he threw it wide of first base. And that scored the runner from second. Joe Roth steps into that left-handed box, looking to find an alley. Shortino off of first. First pitch fastball ripped foul over top of the Austintown Fitch dugout and out of play. 0-1 the count to Roth. Jake Gerdick's second inning of work, a 1-2-3 frame back in the 7th. Throw over to first, back with the dive is Shortino. This is the matchup you want, righty-lefty, too.
Oh, yeah. Big chance here for Roth.
A 1 pitch ripped into center field. Slanker going back. He has plenty of room, and he will make the catch. They were playing him deep in the outfield, and there are 2 away here in the 8th.
You can feel the tension, too. When you can see out of the corner of your eyes, you're up in the box. The whole crowd lifted to their feet when that one was sent into center field.
So here comes Carson Fuller. Second baseman will stand in for the 4th time today. Shortino takes off. Pitch up high. Throw to second. Off target. Skips away from the covering second baseman and Prout. And Shortino is in scoring position. 1-0 the count. Now to Carson Fuller.
It was an awkward kind of play there. I thought Prout caught that one going across the body of Shortino, but good thing it stayed in the infield regardless. Kept him at second.
Fuller stands in. Next pitch, off speed, finds the bottom half of the zone for strike number 1. A ball and a strike. Every pitch highly anticipated here at Austintown tonight in the 8th inning. 1-1 count. Gerdick deals. Up and away. 2 balls and a strike. Now to Carson Fuller. So Petritas on deck. 2 balls and a strike to Fuller. There is a base open at first. Here with 2 down. Two-one pitch popped up. Foul grounds. Left side, the left fielder Giuliano over towards the wall, and that one flies out of play for a foul ball. So the count even up now at 2-2, and Gerdick has gone to that breaking ball when he's been ahead.
It'll be interesting tomorrow. I'm sure Beidelshees will be the starter on the mound for Canfield. Going through a couple of bullpen arms here today. Obviously want Beidelshees to have a real good outing tomorrow for Canfield.
Yep.
Beautiful week to get some baseball in, too.
You're right. Play as many games as possible this week because we haven't seen anything like this. 2-2. Just a bit high. Full count. Full count to Carson Fuller. Shortino, the runner at second. 8th inning here from Fitch. Gerdick's ready. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He went off speed, and he struck out Carson Fuller. Well, we've got a Major League Baseball game today as we go to the 9th inning, tied up at 2.